Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So if you're a parent out there listening to this hearing, I would encourage you to advocate for your child. I would encourage you to go to the school district, the library, wherever you believe is appropriate on behalf of your child. You have an obligation as a parent to lend your voice to the cause you think helps your child develop in the right way. About this hearing, what is our role here? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to take over every school board in the country and veto their decisions about what books go into public schools? In the library, I hadn't spent a lot of time in the library. That speaks poorly of me. But am I supposed to, as a United States Senator, take over the libraries of all of this country and be the final say of what goes in a library? I hope not. I think not. So this is an important hearing in this regard. It shows the difference of the two parties on this issue. School boards, whether elected or appointed in our system, should be the people we go to talk about what's in a school. A library board should be the group of people that decides what goes in a library. And if you don't like the outcome, at least you can complain. And to all the parents out there who believe there's a bunch of stuff in our schools being pushed on your children that go over the line, you're absolutely right. To governors and to local officials who want to make sure that agendas are not being pushed upon your children, you're right to speak up. In Burbank, California, some school districts banned Huckleberry Finn, To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't agree with that, but that was your right to make that decision. So what I want to leave with you, Mr. Chairman, is that we on this side, I think to a person, I understand what Senator Cornyn is saying, but he'll speak for himself in a minute. I don't think there's one person on our side of the aisle believes that we, the federal government, should be deciding these issues. And if you don't like the outcome, pick a school board you do like. And it's wrong for conservatives to try to pick school board members. It's absolutely okay for every liberal organization to destroy conservatives who make decisions they don't like. So we're not buying this. We're not going to be intimidated. To governors out there, I look to you for leadership on such issues. Some are providing it, and congratulations to you. To parents, don't give an inch on this. Speak up. Violence is never the answer. But show up, speak up, and a lot of the times the books that are being complained about by parents, you can't even read in the public hearing. And I won't read it today. But somebody needs to understand that this is a big issue for many parents in this country. And Mr. Chairman, this committee has done a lot of good work on social media reform. I like you. We worked on immigration. We can have our differences. But to me, here's what we should be talking about right now. And I'll be brief. As we talk about the federal government's role in deciding what goes in a library or a school, there's been 347% increase in illegal crossings since 2020. 183,000 people came over legally in July. We've had 146 people on the terrorist watch list. In FY22, which is about 2.4 million came across. Since President Biden's been president, 5.5 million people have come across illegally. That's bigger than the state of South Carolina. Last couple of weeks, smugglers with ISIS ties helped migrants enter U.S. from Mexico, raising alarm bells. I'd like to be talking about that. And matter of fact, you can go get the classified briefing. You ought to. It will scare you. And finally, it's just not me saying these things. New York City, the mayor, is at capacity. We have no more room in the city and we need help. This is a national crisis that begs for a national response since day one. The migrant crisis will destroy New York City. New York City will experience a financial tsunami. The mayor's right. We should be trying to find a way to fix this problem. That, to me, is the biggest priority facing this committee. And as to this panel, I'll listen, but I'll end where I started. It's not our job to decide these things. And if you're a parent, don't be intimidated.